Noah here from American Trucks, and we're checking out these switchback sequential LED turn signal projector headlights with the chrome housings and clear lenses for the 19 and newer Ram 1500 with the factory halogen headlights. These headlights are really going to be perfect for the Ram owner that wants a fully plug-and-play upgrade with a bright daytime running light design and a switchback sequential turn signal, all within a clear style housing and lens. These headlights are only going to fit Rams that came equipped with factory halogen headlights. To start things off, we've got LED daytime running lights here at the top and the bottom of the headlights. Now those are meant to make your truck more visible to others on the road, and then pair that with that projector style LED headlight that will cast a beam focused rather than spread wide. And these things really should have some awesome performance in low light driving conditions. Then we do have those chrome housings. That's gonna give a nice sleek and clean look, and the clear lens is there so there's no light restriction like you'd see with a tinted lens. Then the real party piece here is gonna be that sequential switchback LED turn signal. Sequential lights are awesome, and they really add a whole nother layer of character to any upgraded headlight design. As far as construction goes, we do have automotive grade plastic housings and clear polycarbonate lenses. Actually, fun fact, that's what they make safety glasses out of. So you know that these are gonna last a while. They're gonna be resilient to road debris, moisture, heat, you name it. Then on the inside, we do have those projector lenses, and like I said, they're designed to intensify that light beam and make the most of the halogen bulbs. Now, these headlights are designed to use the factory style halogen bulb, but there are plenty of drop-in LED bulb options available on our site that you can buy and throw into these guys so you can get the most out of those projectors and really get some serious brightness out of an upgraded headlight. Then finally, that LED daytime running light is gonna be made from a fiber optic strip, and these guys come with a 90-day warranty to protect you from any manufacturing defects. So these headlights are going to cost you around the $700 price point, making them about middle ground in terms of pricing for aftermarket headlights for the 19 and newer Ram. Now at that price point, you really are getting quite a lot of features like the sequential signals and projector lenses, but you're not getting built-in LED bulbs, so that middle of the road price does reflect the design of the headlight, and seeing included LEDs built into the housing or not is really going to be what separates the headlights in terms of price range from high to low. Installing these headlights on your Ram will really only take you about an hour to do at home on your own with minimal tools, but the install is going to require a little bit of mechanical skill, so we're looking at an install difficulty of 2 out of 3 wrenches. Speaking of install, let's head over to the shop and take a more in-depth look at installing these headlights.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a clip remover tool, 8 and 10 millimeter sockets, and a 10 millimeter ratcheting S-wrench. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of headlights on our Ram. First we're going to watch a quick little uninstall video for removing your stock headlights, and I'll meet you right back here for the install.
So for this install, you're gonna need to pop your hood, remove your upper rad cover, the grille, and some of the surrounding trim. It's a pretty simple process. I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing. So let's get started. So we're gonna start by removing our upper rad cover. There's a bunch of plastic clips that need to be removed. So I'm gonna use my plastic clip removal tool and pop the heads of them open. And then once I get those all removed, I can pull the panel off. And we're gonna pull this panel right off. The next piece we need to remove is the headlight trim and grille trim here on the top of the vehicle. It's a combination of a pop clip and 10 millimeter screws. So I'm gonna use my clip tool once again and a 10 mil socket to pull all of these out, and then I can just remove this piece from the vehicle. Next, I'm gonna use my 8mm socket to remove some of the screws here on the inner wheel well and pull the liner back to expose a little bit more hardware that's hiding behind the liner so I can get this panel off that surrounds the headlight. So now that I have the liner pulled back, I've exposed this 10mm bolt here inside the wheel well liner, and I'm going to use my 10mm on a ratchet and just pull that out. Now I'll just repeat this process on the other side. Next, I'm going to need to remove my grill. There are 3 10mm bolts at the bottom of either side of the grill, and there are 4 across the top. I'll just use my 10mm socket on my small impact gun, remove all of those screws, and pull the grill off. So now that I have my grill removed, I can go ahead and start unbolting and unhooking my headlights. I have a clip here at the top as well as a 10mm bolt, and then I have a 10mm bolt here on the side from the fender, and I'll just use my 10mm socket and my clip tool and pull those out, and then I can unhook my headlights. It's a little hard to see, but I'm just going to unplug my headlight connectors from the back. Just push down on the tabs to release them, and then you can pull the headlight out.
Now before we install our new headlights onto the truck, we need to transfer over the connector for our side marker. So we'll turn counterclockwise on that, remove our bulb, and then plug it into the connector coming out of that same slot on our new headlight. Now with our connector free, we can wiggle our bulb out. Now this side with the 2 prongs, opposite that is where our black wire is going to be. So we'll slide that in, put it down into place, and then turn it clockwise to lock it in there. Now once you've transferred over your connector for one side of your headlights, you can repeat the same process for the other side. Now we're ready to install our headlight. So first we're going to make our 2 electrical connections. And then we can slide our headlight into place. And next we can install our 2 bolts to tighten this down. Now we can thread in our 2 bolts. And then we'll grab our 10mm socket to tighten these down. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can reinstall our grill. Now we can reinstall our 4 bolts at the top of our grill. And then we'll grab our 10mm socket to tighten these down. Now we can grab our upper trim piece and slide that back into place. Now we can reinstall our 6 bolts per side. And then we'll grab our 10mm socket to tighten these down. And now we'll just do that same thing on the other side. And once again, we'll grab our 10mm socket to tighten these down. Next, we can reinstall our upper radiator cover. And now we can reinstall our 6 push clips per side. And then we'll grab the 6 on the other side. Next, we can reinstall our 3 bolts on each lower corner of the grill. The 2 longer are going towards the inside, and the 1 shorter is going on the outside. And then we'll grab our 10mm socket to tighten these down. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. And next we can reinstall our trim piece. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. Next, we can reinstall that bolt that sits right here. Now it's going to be hard to see. We'll get it through our hole. We'll start threading that into place. You can thread that in most of the way by hand. And then I'm going to be taking this angled ratcheting wrench to tighten that the rest of the way down. And then we can replace our fender liner. And reinstall our 3 bolts. Next, we can grab our 8mm socket to tighten these all down. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Switchback sequential LED turn signal projector headlights with chrome housing and clear lens for your 2019 and newer Ram 1500 with factory halogen headlights. Thank you for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.